So
And I'm
if you're in there, let us know. I know sometimes it says nobody's in there, but then somebody's in there. So
mhm.
we'll give it a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it might take
But
a second. Okay, now I see the likes and the people. Okay, it shows none, but I see it on there.
yeah, ain't nobody hopped on yet.
And we'll
So
get Yeah,
it'll
but
hop here.
those snaps, man, they were pretty good, man.
Yeah, those electro bangers are really good. Have you seen those yet? Did I show you those?
Mm-mm.
Hang on a sec.
No.
Hey, we got a couple people hopping on. Let us know who you are.
Hello.
All right, we're not started yet, guys. Too much. We're just kind of chit chatting before we talk about what we came on here for.
Ooh, okay.
There's he. Yeah, I've shot some of them and gave some of them away, but they got
Well, I
like
mean, if Oh,
got
yeah, I like the
titanium.
box. I like the flashy box. Y'all, you wanna trade a couple packs for the ones I got?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you know how
Mhm.
Red Apple is. Red Apple makes everything flashy. What's up,
Yeah,
Cosmic
their artwork,
Pyro?
it can be good, but all over the place. What's up, Cosmic?
All right, so let's see. Awesome, Pat. It's smaller than normal, guys, because we're doing this in a different format, so I can't read everything. But it says love your shows. So all right,
Yeah,
thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so we have an agenda tonight, guys. We're just kind of letting a few people hop on here that want to hop on.
let
Uh,
some people get
before
in.
we get going, we are going to be talking about some upcoming stuff, but just let us know if you're in here. Let us know where you're at, where you're listening from, and that's always fun to watch. I had some people in here. They were from Indonesia, and I was like, "That is super cool." I
You
was
know,
like,
I
"That's
was
really
I
neat."
was looking at the little, stats
What's
you
up,
can look
Craig?
at on there, and, I saw someone was from over in, one of those countries. I was like, I have at least 2 viewers from way over east. What's up, Craig?
Yeah, Craig Metz. What's up, man? From Iowa.
Iowa?
Yep,
Okay.
I need to get over to the Iowa firework farm. People keep telling me to go over there and
I've
check that out.
heard
So
about it. It sounds like a cool place.
Ontario, wow, from Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Got some-
What's up, man?
All right, well, we've got some. Looks like we got at least 8 of you guys in here now. I know as we go, it usually jumps up. So uh, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. I do want to ask you guys if you are listening. Cosmic Pyros from South Jersey. If you guys are
Sounds
listening, make
cool.
sure you hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up on here. So tonight we do got something a little bit different. Wow, we just jumped up to 20 really fast, so that's really cool.
Yeah, we do.
uh, so Craig says I would normally be at work, but took the night off. Awesome. So you took the night
Hey, it's
off just
always
to
nice to
listen
have
to
a night
Light of the
off.
World and Vex. So uh, where was I going with that? Oh, we're trying something new tonight. So we got Vex Pyro here. Uh,
So, guys,
I've got to keep the phone straight up and down. It won't let me turn it sideways. So this is the format we have to do it in. But Vex, go ahead and introduce yourself, man, and talk about your channel for a minute, and then we'll get into what we got going on.
yeah, Vex Pyro. Vex Pyro on YouTube. Do videos of just about anything, man. Shows, pro shows, birthdays, weddings, novelties, everything from the pro to the kid, right? Just fresh into it, and just a little over a year into the YouTube thing at this point. But I want to say thank you to any of those of you that are subscribed to me. Just hit 400, so that was a big milestone for my channel. Appreciate everyone who was involved in that. Um, yeah, excited to try this format out. Right, different. The fact that we could go on together and talk. I see great minds think alike. We've got the same flag in the background. That was pretty cool. That wasn't planned, so that's pretty cool. Um, sure what else to say on that one.
All right. Well, we got Mid South Boomers. There's joining us here in the last minute or two. Let's
Mid
see.
South. So I think that's Jody from Mid South, from what I've heard.
Awesome, Joe. Oh, if it's Jody, thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see, Brent Hoosiers Pyro.
Thank you,
That's
Brian.
from Brent Smith. He's in Indiana. So yeah, man, we're kind
Those
of
are
all
Brent.
across
I know
the.
Brent. Yeah, I've been talking to him lately. What's up, brother?
So it sounds like some of you guys are within the vicinity of where we're actually going to be talking about tonight. Being so
Yeah.
we're gonna. The point of this was to talk about the Indiana trip and let anybody know that wants to come. That you guys, YouTubers or just subscribers, if you guys want to come join us, where we're gonna be, what time we're gonna be there, and what the plans are. So I guess me and Vex will kind of be talking about that back and forth. But if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to ask questions. We'll do our best to answer them. And if we don't have the answer, we'll just have to get back with you. But
Yeah. Yeah.
the idea is that July 18th, it is a Friday. We will be. I think we agreed to meet at the Richmond Shelton at around 9 o'clock, I believe. So that's kind
Yeah.
of where we're gonna meet up in that area, and we'll probably hang out there
Oh,
for
hey, Matt.
little while and go into the store, and then we'll take off from there. Bex,
Yeah,
you got
that's the
anything?
plan. So the Richmond Shelton's here, big store, the kind of the meetup point, and then take off and kind of head to the different areas. So
So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stops on the trip, but I can't think of all the names of them. I'm not. Vex is more familiar with them than I am, but I know we hit like six or
yeah,
seven
yeah,
stores
I can
last
get into
year.
the names.
But we're gonna
I saw.
start at Richmond. So
hmm
go ahead.
And I
We're
saw
talking
Craig
over each other.
said he recently got some combat commandos out at Shelton's, and surprisingly loud. Yeah, I mean they have some nice old crackers at Shelton's, and I mean some decent ones. You can still find striped crackers. Was it the Vixens and the Aliens? You can still get those at the West Harrison location. Well, at least you could last year when we were there. I
Yeah.
have not been back since, but they did have an abundance then. So
Yeah, and there's good like combat commandos and stuff. Some of them that have the stars. You got to go digging, but I've kind of got it narrowed down to a science. For I kind of know what I'm looking for when I go looking for them. But uh,
oh,
so
you're
yeah,
my
you can
guru.
still get some. You can get some older stuff at Shelton's. You just kind of have to know what you're looking for, and you got to dig. Like Broke Cracker went with us last year, and he was over there just looking at stuff, and he's like, "Hey, these are DOT." It wasn't crackers. It was like
Oh, it was
oh,
those
what are
little
they
wheel
called?
things, right? The
Yeah,
little
it was
wheel
the
things that were in
wheel.
the bag.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't think of what they're
yeah.
called. Ninja Warrior wheels or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah,
yeah.
sweet
So I
item, and
mean,
it was just sitting there. It was just sitting there. It was a DOT item, and we bought it. I mean, between me, you, Broke Cracker, and Silver Stag, we bought everything they had.
yeah, we bought most, and I've traded some of those, but Craig says they don't
hmm
have any vixens or aliens at St. Francisville. No, I've been to St. Francisville quite a few times, and they did have a few the first time I went in there, but they were 200 strips and 100 strips, and those have since been bought because I bought some of them. Some of them. I didn't buy all of them, but I did buy some of those. So, but yeah,
Pat
so
said,
show.
"Wish he could get what we have down here. We got better stuff down in the States. Yeah, you have to make a trip down and pick you up some good stuff." And as far as the Vixens, so I think they still had some Vixens, but it was only one size brick. With the 4050s maybe at the Richmond location. And they last time I was in, it was maybe down to about 20, and they were kind of picked over as far as really good. You know, they were pretty loose, the bricks were, but that's what they had left there.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping to get some more vixens, or because I mean I've got some, but it's one of those things, guys. Once they're gone, they're gone. But
I can never see
Jeffrey
it again.
says, Sean, hey friends, Sean from Danville, Kentucky. Have you guys heard of the Chingona brand fireworks? And if so, what is your opinion on the brand? Vex, you ever heard of it?
Kingona.
I've never
I
heard of
have
it. So
not. And I know quite a lot of brands. That is not one. Do you know where they're based out of or who they may be affiliated with? Is that an offshoot for another one?
yeah, we'll give them time to comment there. Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
heard of it,
yeah.
so I have no idea. So
DFC
Gary,
is a must go place at least one time in your life. It's a heck of a store. You know, a lot of people don't like those prices, but I mean, if you want something, he's usually got it. Um, but one way or another, it's just it's one of those places you have to see once in your lifetime. It's a sight. It really is.
Oh, we got somebody from Indonesia that just hopped in. Pyro Freak Zane Life One. I hope I pronounced that right, man. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But thanks for hanging out with us, man, from Indonesia. That's really cool. So yeah,
Pyro Freaks in Life. Maybe that's what it is.
Freaks in Life. Yeah, I've never been to
I
direct from
think
China.
Wisely uses theirs for the store. I can look into it. I mean, Wisely's close to me where I'm at in Indiana. I mean, I'll look into it.
Oh, you're talking something else. Okay.
He
yeah.
was talking about. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Wisely Pyrotechnics.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
Which that's a
so
store a little south of me.
I guess after we leave Richmond, we'll hit the road and we'll head to. Is it Liberty you were wanting to stop at? Liberty Fireworks
So
or better? It wasn't better.
Yeah, so there's multiple options, right? So here in Richmond, there's Shelton's, and then there's which I don't think you got to stop at yet. KDI Fireworks is another one.
Yeah, I ain't been there yet. No.
KDI, which I'm gonna try to get a hold of and see if they'll be open for us, because obviously this is after the season. So usually I call all the stores. I've got pretty good rapport with most of the places we're talking about going to, and just saying, hey, can you be open around this time? I'm gonna bring a bunch of guys in. But there's KDI in Richmond, and then if you go to Liberty, about 15 minutes away on our way to West Harrison, there's two different places. Vessa's Fireworks. They sell a lot of well, they've got a variety, but Great Grizzly is probably the biggest brand they carry. And then there's another little store across the street. We want the one we did stop at that has some RGS, some Great Grizzly, and then some other nice things. They had some pretty cool novelties from what I remember, and then they gave us a pretty good deal when we were there. After that, it would be on to West Harrison, Indiana, which has 4 stores. Basically, with the road we take, you'll see Wholesale Fireworks Outlet, Scotty Borgman, his place. Then after that, you go up to P Fireworks, where Brian Lynch. I don't know if you guys saw the video. He's got, I mean, the stuff he's got inside that store is amazing. The history, in those cases up there is just absolutely beautiful. After that would be Better Fireworks, just a couple minutes down the road, and across the street from Better Fireworks is the West Harrison Sheltons. And then the last possible 2 places would be a little bit further south. I don't know the town name, but we're talking about going to Queen City Fireworks, which is the home of Hammer and Anvil brand, if any of you are familiar with them. And not too far away from that is Party at Trav's, which is like a combo store. They do like Halloween and costume type stuff in the off season, but then they do fireworks, and that store is also affiliated with Better Fireworks. It's located in West Harrison. So I mean, there's a possibility for 9 different places. It's kind of, we'll see how the day goes, and
So bring a lot of
who's
money.
going to be open.
Bring a lot of money, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. it could get expensive pretty. I know the 4 of us filled up the back of that truck pretty quick last year.
That was fun though. 319 Pyro was in the house, guys. What's up? Y'all go check out 319 Pyro. Make sure you
319.
Cosmic Pyro says Chigona is a very good brand. So
I will look into the Chigona.
Let's see. Hammer and Anvil has some good stuff. Yeah, I just shot some Hammer and Anvil those sawed off tubes. I just shot those on the channel not too long ago. So if you haven't seen that, go check those out. Those are really good. That's about all the Hammer and Anvil I've had. I think I've had some of the
Family I've heard of, Jeffrey. I will look more into them.
Lightning
Hammer and Anvil, they're pretty good. That's Arthur Rozzi, who is a member of the Rozzi family, who kind of went off and started making fireworks. And I mean, that's a family who has been around. Now, don't get me wrong. I could, I like facts, but they have been here since. It's been 100. They were one of the first families of fireworks inside the United States. The Rozzis were. So I mean, the history in that family, when it goes back to pyro, is as long as it is for the United States. So Indiana does have a lot of things. 319. I mean, no matter where you go, there's a store to stop.
Yeah, I went to I went over the Evansville way one year for vacation, and there was a lot of stores over there. And then when I went over to last year when I went to Richmond, and from there, I mean, there was just I was surprised. There were stores like every couple of miles. It seemed like so. I was like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Well, we even
Indiana
stopped at
is
one
one of
that
those
wasn't
stores that's
open. We
loaded.
were trying to get in just because we saw a
Yep.
sign. We stopped. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, when you're on firework trips like that, you're just like you get in that mode of go and like you don't want to stop. And especially like we met up with somebody last year that just opened up his truck doors and said, "Here, I brought a bunch of stuff for you guys. You can have it." And I mean, that got all of us
Excuse
pumped
me.
up at that point because at that point we're like, "All right, it's go time now." But so yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
trip's
was
a lot of
that was
fun.
pretty much the start of the trip, right? Because we kind of got there. I
Pretty
guess we
close.
made the little
Yeah.
stop, but we got there and then boom, we're loaded up and we're off to running. You know.
Yeah, that was last year was a good time. So if you guys are able to just come down and hang out and do a little shopping, or I mean, if we have time, we may stop at a place to get something to eat or something like that. We'll figure something out. But
Oh yeah,
I
I
just
assume
thought
we'll
that
stop for lunch at some point for sure.
this would be a cool idea for anybody that's in that area. And me and Vex have talked a little bit about doing this every year, but changing the location and kind of going different spot. Now I don't know how far across the map we'll go, but we have talked about changing the location. Maybe next year we do Missouri, and then the year after that we do somewhere else, and just kind of moving it around a little bit, and then just keep inviting the subscribers and people that want to come and hang out, and just it's more or less kind of just like a chance for pyros to get together and hang out in different areas that we can get to. Of course, we're all limited too as far as travel goes, but just another one of those things to because all you guys listen to the channels and you watch all of our shows, and we don't ever get to meet you guys. And I just thought I told Vex, I said, wouldn't it be cool if we could just meet some of the people that watch our channel? And so that's kind of how this was born. So that's
Yeah, I love the
that's
idea
kind
of
of
it.
what we're gonna
I know
do.
Brent said Arthur Rossi canisters. Yeah, it's like those guys right there. The 6-inch Arthur Rossis. That's Arthur there, and they are beautiful, beautiful shells.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is banned in Canada. Yeah, I have some well, I don't want to say quite a few, but I know I have a lot. I don't want to say a lot either. There are people from Canada that watch my channel and other places in Europe, and they're constantly telling me that that's banned and that's banned and that's banned, and I'm like, man, I feel sorry for you. I really do. But
Mhm.
so I mean,
Craig
that kind of
said that
stinks.
he likes that the Hammer and Anvil brand has the Pyro blueprint on their cakes, so you can see them, take them apart, and see the slices in a show. Yes, that is one of my favorite parts about them. Is they have an entire blueprint there. It shows you the shot pattern, exactly what the shots are. It breaks it down to a T. So if you wanted to do something like that, break a fan cake apart and turn it into slices, you could. Or if you just want to break it down to plan it out for say a pyro musical or your show, you can do it. It's a beautiful item.
So I wanted to show these real quick because these are from Shelton. So these are Warpath crackers. And if you I know there's people out there that's never been to a Shelton's before. So if you go, this is the kind of style that you want to look for. I'm just going to open it because, and if I can, let me see on the front. Yeah, I'll show you on the front. But here, so yeah, you see how you've got, you got colors and stars and stuff, and you look on the front. I don't believe these have. No, they do have. These have an SF number. Uh, so that's where these things get kind of tricky. If you find any Shelton crackers that do not have this number right here, 90% of the time they're going to be this style of cracker. And where it gets tricky is that some of these do, like this one has an SF number, and some of the SF numbers will be the same. And some of them will have red crackers, and some of them will have these other kind of crackers. But the main thing to look for when you go to Shelton's is for that SF number. If there's no SF number, chances are they are older. And
And
so this is their
in some of
older
their
style
red
here.
packaging, you can flip those packs around and see through it. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
times it's difficult, but you can catch them that way. I got quite a few hundred strips one day by just I was looking through and I was just going to pick up a couple, but then I noticed I saw the stars through the red. And I was like, oh, and I think I got about 100 strips of those older style crackers by just but like you said, you got to dig. I was looking through them and found them.
And these are clay plugged, so I mean they're not going to be crimped or anything, but these are louder than the red ones that you get. So they are older and they are a little bit better. Of course, that's subject to opinion, but in my opinion,
Mhm.
they are better. So
Oh,
that's what
definitely
you want to
better.
look
Yeah.
for. And it's just you get tired of the old red cracker. Every time you buy crackers nowadays, they're red. But I have seen a trend going towards like doing red, white, and blue crackers. I know Legends got some red, white, and blue ones coming out. I want to say no, it was Legend, not Pyro Demon. So yeah, it was Legend. And then that OMG brand, they've got purple crackers.
They've got
And
purple.
there was
If
another
for those
brand,
of
I
you
can't
who
think of the
shop
name of
there,
it.
I know Phantom Fireworks has red, white, and
Phantom.
blue. I know for
That's
those of
what
you
it
that
was.
shop there, yep.
Yep.
And
I
there
was
there
trying to.
actually there is another one I'm not thinking of, but there is one more. I'm trying to remember who it is, but I've seen them recently.
So there's starting to be a little bit of variety. I know that I got sent a picture the other day. There's some single water crackers coming out from Legend that are red, white, and blue, and
Mm.
they appear to look good. So they're just I haven't tried them yet. I don't know, but they appear to look good. They look well made at least. So I should be getting those within a week or two, hopefully. So I'll let you. There'll be a video go up on those. But so yeah, I mean it's. I wish that we could get things to trend back to at least like this. At least getting if we can just get colors and no designs, at least that would be something different. Like I get so sick of red crackers, and I
Something
know other
different than
people
the
do
boring
too.
red.
Yep, it just
Brent
something
said
different makes the experience.
OMG is at OC Fireworks in Northern Indiana. Yes, they are the main. I believe there's one more that's starting to carry them. But OMG, you can get at OC Fireworks. They can deliver right to your door for, I mean, over 500 is free shipping. But I mean, I think they're at least a minimum $200 order, and you can get shipping for about $60.
That's
So
not too bad.
it, yeah, the prices on the prices kind of fluctuate, and they go from off of the shipping end of the product. It can be a tad high compared to some places, but it's well worth it. I've done multiple orders with OC Fireworks. I enjoy them very much.
So this week, Vex Pyro was trying to hit 500. So tell us about that, Vex. Did you reach your goal? Because I put out a
I
video
did.
trying to help you out. Did you hit your goal?
I did. Your video helped. I meant to check right before I got on here, and I did forget. I know the last time I looked, I was at 504, and that was earlier today. So that may have went up. I want to say, well, thank you to you, obviously, for putting out the video. Had some people come over and mention that comment on the video. We hit it. We were at about 474, and I wanted to hit that number, and the community banded together and helped out and got us to that number.
That's awesome.
And
So I
next up
I
is
have a goal
the
as
big
well.
1,000.
I have a goal as well. I'm trying to get to 2,500 before the 4th of July, and I'm a little bit off. So if you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed, head on over there and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. What's up, Yellow Groove Pyro? Awesome. Yeah, we're going to be
Yellow Groove,
actually
how's it
headed
going?
your way, man. If you're still in the same area that I thought you were in, we'll be heading your way on July 18th. That's kind of we'll be in your stomping grounds, kind of, I guess. So Vava Vixen
Yeah.
have the barber stripe color scheme on the crackers, red and yellow. Yep, that's what we just got on talking about those, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the Vixens they're one of my favorite. Bikini Beach Reds are one of my favorite crackers. The Woodpeckers are one of my favorites, and then the Vixens and the Aliens, which are pretty much the same thing. But yeah,
I like
so
that. I like that alien artwork and the Vix. Shelton's artworks. I mean, the mobster. I mean, not as far as the crackers, but as far as the artwork is one of my favorites. It's too funny.
you know those mobsters. What were those? What were those that we were buying? That was it M200, not M200.
Oh, M95s.
M95s, yeah. So I got those a few
They
years
gone.
back and I started putting videos out on them. Then I started seeing other videos. Of course, there was probably videos on them before that. But then I've only seen them in one Shelton's and since then, and I know Vex said that they sold out where he was at. They're just gone. So if you do come across
Gone.
those guys, those are good. They're not. They look like tube crackers, but they are not tube crackers. So if you do come
Far
across
from it.
them, make sure you get a box of them and put them back. I think I've got 4 boxes, and I had at one point like 6 or 7, and you know what happens. But anyway,
Yeah, I nabbed a bunch of those up when I could. I ended up maybe 10 or 12 packs, 10 or 12 boxes of them. I think I have now. I made sure to nab a few of those up. And it surprised me because I'm in Shelton. I was in Shelton's pretty frequently, then about once, if not once a week, then once every other week there for a few months in a row, just looking for older stuff and digging and trying to find, the gems, those link triads or
yeah,
those daffodils and stuff that we end up getting.
a lot of that stuff is
And they
gone
must have
too.
had 80 to 100 boxes of them, and then 2 weeks later, they were gone. I mean,
Yep.
every one of those M95s was gone, and I was just it broke my heart because I still
What?
planned on getting more. They're such a good item, and now they're not gonna have them again, and I even called around. It sounds like nobody else has them, at least around me, any other Sheltons around
Yeah.
me.
Let's see. We missed a comment here. The older Canadian crackers smolder and could cause them. Yeah. Okay. So a story on that. So that's what these are. These are Canadian. These are from Bango brand, and then so are these up here. Black powder crackers. First year I went to swap, I'd never seen any. Um, and so a buddy of mine went and bought some from a stand, and took them out there and was showing them to me, and lit them, and they started smoldering. Well, long story short, we're out there stomping grass because the yard caught on fire from these Canadian firecrackers. And at that point, that's what I was like, yeah, I got to get some. So I went back in there and bought some, and I've got some over the years, and then I've got 2 or 3 of these that I've got put back, and I got a few of these, and some of them are pricey. This thing wasn't pricey. I think I picked this up for $2 at Swap. So, but
It's a
anyway, yeah.
sweet.
So
I,
there's
I
a
remember that
funny story
actually.
on
That's a
that.
sweet looking artwork on the front of that.
Let's see. But yeah, so that's my story with the Canadian crackers, and you're right. They're black powder, and I think that's why they're not made anymore. I've got a few other black powder crackers. I think they're called Sing crackers. Those are black powder, and then there's some Link Triad lady fingers that I don't were not made for our market that I got, and I cracked those open, and they're black powder too. Because you could tell when they
Mm.
pop, they've got that type sound to them. They don't pop like a flash cracker does. They're still really cool though. But so yeah, I've got some Canadian crackers, and you're right. They do start fires. I haven't had any here, but Canadian crackers are junk in my opinion. They're It's just a completely different sound. I don't know that I'd necessarily say junk. I think there's quality in everything, but you're in some ways you're right. They're not as good as like a flash cracker is. They got a completely different sound to them. And if you're like if you're like an American and you've never had Canadian crackers and you use them, they're not gonna sound like what you're used to. They sound completely different. So I can understand why why you'd say that, but I have a lot. I'll send pictures to your Facebook. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing anyway. I mean, I know we're kind of all over the gambit here on what we're talking about, but
Yeah,
if
I
you
was I
guys
was going to
can
throw this
come, we
back
would.
there to anybody who may have shown up. I'm not sure if anyone knew was here that wasn't there. The trip, July 18th, 9 a.m. at the Richmond, Indiana Sheltons is the meeting spot, and then we will be taking off from there. Multiple stores. I'm sure there'll be some lunch in there. Planning
Beck
on
will be
meeting some
signing
people.
autograph.
So yeah, right. I should have some stickers. Um, so for sure, I know you. I'm going to be there. You're going to be there. I do believe Mid South
And so
Boomers. At least one of the gentlemen from the conversation I had earlier sounds like he's going to be there. Um,
Silver
I
Stag's supposed to be there.
he's had his hands busy lately with that brand new baby, but I do believe he planned on trying to show up. Um, we're meeting. Ooh, um, Was it Joe?
No, Matt, I think you said.
No, I'm
Are
the
you?
gentleman who wanted to go to Queen City. I'm not
Oh
catching the
yeah, yeah,
name.
yeah, yeah. I'd have to go back and look off top.
Yeah, I can't remember his
Yeah,
name,
yeah,
but I
that was
know there's at
Joe.
least him,
That was
and
Joe.
then one other person that may be meeting up with us. That's a pretty good possibility. Would be Andrew Wolf, who runs Ohio Pyros, Wolf Pyrotechnics or Ohio Pyros on YouTube. Check him out as well. Brent said, more than likely I'll come join y'all. I'm only in Muncie, so you're only a little hour north of me. So I mean, yeah,
You might
feel
as
free.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not far. You might as well.
What's up? What's up,
Pat
Alex?
says, you
Yeah.
guys are awesome. I wish I could meet you one day. I mean, we plan on doing it every year. You know, if time and money was permitting, I'd do it more than once a year. But I mean,
Yeah.
we can try to meet up again, and maybe one day we'll make it to you, or you might make it down to us.
We'll at least do it
Alex
once a
says
year.
hi.
So.
Hi, Alex.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to figure out how to do some of this stuff on here yet. I don't want to touch buttons. Like, I'm pretty sure I can wave back and stuff. I don't know, but I don't want to touch buttons and screw it up. So I need to do a live where I just experiment learning how to
Let
do
me
stuff.
see. I will give it an attempt. Well, no, I don't want to
mess up the
report your
screen.
message. I'm just going to say hi back instead of reporting it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't hit buttons. You're right.
That's what I said. I hit one the other day and I was like, nope, wrong one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Well,
I'm
while
actually
we're
looking
here,
for. Oh, Mid South Boomer says I think we'll both be there. 95%. Sweet.
Hey, good. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys. If you guys haven't checked them out yet, go subscribe to Mid South Boomers. They are working their way up to 500, and I think they also have a goal to try to hit 1,000 before the 4th, if they can. They are charging up with the subscribers. Great content. So yeah, go like, subscribe, check out Mid South Boomers, guys.
And they just did a video on weird fireworks. And
Yes.
it had some weird fireworks in it, and I'm pretty sure they were wearing some sort of hat wear. If you haven't,
There was a hat of some sorts.
So make sure y'all
There
go
was a
check
hat
that
of some
video out.
sorts. Brent says, I found a good
What's up,
place
Josh
in
D?
Marion Pyros. I will look into that one, Brent.
Yeah, okay. So I don't even know what that must be a place down your way.
Yeah. If it's where I'm thinking, then yes, it's not far.
So we have a Marion in Illinois, but you can't get no fireworks in Illinois. So at least not anything.
There's fireworks all over Indiana. Joshua, hello.
So yeah. So it's awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys.
Oh man, I had a blast last year. That trip was everything I needed after a long season doing shows and whatnot. But it was so fun for us to be able to hang out, go to the different stores, check out, find some cool older stuff, and just be able to. I mean, that was the first time we had talked quite a bit. That was the first time we actually got to meet up, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I was just getting ready to say that it was the first time I met any of you guys, Broke Cracker, Silver Stag, or you. And I think what's so cool about these trips is like it's like I felt like I've known you guys my whole life almost, It was just me.
we
I had
talked
never met
quite
you
a
guys,
bit.
but it
So
was
to be able to actually see each other in person. Yeah, Broke Cracker, that's the first time I met him. I had met Silver, but I mean, we didn't get to spend much time together, but got to hang out with Silver. I mean, it was just a good day. Alex says, I'm in New Mexico. Hello, Alex.
Awesome. New Mexico. Sweet. I hear that there's a few decent fireworks stores. Maybe you could tell us, but I've thought about taking a trip down that way at some point in time in the future, but just to kind of see everything too, it's like taking a vacation that way. But
and Josh as well says, if you're ever in Tennessee, look at Last Chance Fireworks, cheap as heck. I will keep that in mind. Not far from me, so
that Bass Head Curry. What's up? Little late to the party. No, that's all right, man. We're just hanging out, talking about our trip on July 18th to. We're going to start in Richmond. I know we've said that 100 times, but we've got people coming in and out. I'm watching the people go up and down.
Yeah, keep mentioning it. Yeah,
I just keep mentioning
Richmond, Indiana, Shelton's 9 a.m. on July 18th.
Yep, and we'll probably hang out there for a little bit, and then to make sure everybody gets there. Because I mean, I think what me and Taylor are gonna do, because Taylor is coming with me this year. So anybody that wants to meet one of my pyro partners, she'll be with me. Uh, we're gonna spend the night Thursday. We're gonna probably leave Thursday night and just drive straight through and get in really early in the well, probably like, more than likely 2 or 3 in the morning, go to sleep, and then we'll be there ready to go. So
Fresh and
that's what I'm
early and
planning
ready to
anyway.
go.
Otherwise, cause see, it's 6 hours exactly, I think, from my house to the Sheltons, but then I lose an hour. So that's what I didn't factor in last year. I was laying in bed going, "Oh, I got to get up at this time to get there by this time." And I went, "Wait a minute, it jumps an hour ahead once I hit a certain spot." And I'm like, "Oh, crap." So I had to basically jump up out of bed like and just go at that point because I couldn't sleep and I was trying to figure out when I was supposed to leave and I realized I probably need to leave now. So I'm in North Carolina,
Josh
Josh D.
says, yeah, there you go. Go ahead.
Josh D's in North Carolina. If you come this way, let me know. I've actually thought I've heard some good stores in North Carolina and South Carolina. Um,
Hmm.
I've heard that there is anyway. So it's one of those things where there's just there's stores all over the country, but you've only got so much money, and it's just like you gotta
Well, in
and
time
so
to where
much
you get there, I
time.
want to say there was a couple of younger guys that I was watching called Fish and Fireworks, and I
Yeah,
do
I've seen
believe
'em.
that last year they did some shopping down in the Carolinas. I think one of them was down there for work or something, and he had done a lot of shopping down there, and they did a couple of store tours. But
Yeah,
it
I've
looks
seen
like
them on there.
a fruitful place.
Yep. A lot of people think that about Missouri, but if we ever come to Missouri, like you've got to do some driving, and there's still places I haven't explored yet, like Lake of the Ozarks. I hear there's a lot of stores that way. Haven't been that way, uh, but from where I'm at to get to like there. Okay, so there's stores south of me. There's like Boomland, but Boomland, it's very. I mean, you're not gonna find anything old or rare or anything like that there. It's just straight up, fireworks, new firework type store. It's very cheap too, so if that's what you're looking for, that's great, but, like, when I go on trips, I'm looking for oddities and rare things and old stuff like that. I've gotta drive at least 3 to 4 hours to even begin to start finding stuff like that, so if we're gonna take a trip in Missouri, we're gonna have to kinda plan it out in the future because there are some good places, and we could be in Iowa in about 4 hours too from where I live. So might be one of those things where we have to like plan it out to where we actually spend the night in a hotel one night to make that work. So, but
Hey, Pat says he's got to get to work early, or got to work early tomorrow. Look forward to the next chat. Have a great night. Have a great one, Pat. Thanks for
yep.
being here. And then
Josh D
Alex also at
says
one point said the store I go to. Oh, it
no.
just went away. Hold on. The store I go to is called Planet Fireworks in Massilia, New Mexico. I hope I said that right.
No stores in North Carolina. There's a store in North Carolina that uh, somebody's contacted me about. It's called Jabs. They appear to have some good stuff there, so you might want to look into that. I don't know if it's anywhere near you, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I've looked them up online and I've seen some stuff there I wouldn't mind getting, but uh, Jabs Fireworks, I think. So they're in North Carolina and
Jabs.
South
Okay.
Carolina. So look into
Rogue
that.
Dolphin says hello, checking in from Northwest Indiana. Um, so I'm Middle Eastern Indiana here as well. What's up, man? Or
Not too
ma'am?
far from each other.
No, it shouldn't be.
That's in South Carolina, Jabs.
Oh, he
Okay.
says that store's in South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was North Carolina, but yeah, I mean, you live there, so you would know. Or if you're in that area,
I
you would
wanted
know. So,
to I wanted to show, while we're here, Rogue, in case you didn't hear, we're doing a little pyro meetup, um, July 18th. Gonna check out a bunch of stores. So if you're free and you're wanting to hang out, do a little shopping, yeah, we're planning on doing a little meetup with some subscribers and some other YouTubers, and just kind of going on a little shopping trip.
so you guys let me know. Do you like this kind of format that we're doing here? where I mean I can bring on some other YouTubers and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know a whole lot of them, but I know a few that would probably be willing to come on to do this. Clearly Vex is interested in doing it. So we'll probably do more of these too. So which will help my
It's
channel,
a
which
cool
will
little
help his channel.
concept,
So
man.
and it is. It's because you can get, sometimes I'm on here and I'm like, what do we talk about? Because you can only, like, you guys have seen a lot of my fireworks. I've got stuff you probably haven't seen, but uh, sometimes you lose things to talk about and things like that. You got someone to talk with, and you guys can interact with Vex because Vex does shows and he does a lot of bigger stuff. So he's got like the whole gambit of stuff that he likes to do. And some of you guys come on and ask me about that stuff, and I'm like, I don't have a clue because I like to watch the stuff. I even love lighting it, but like to really know about it and what's new and the new brands for like the new cakes and shells, that's just not my area. I'm more into crackers, novelties type stuff. So I think it'd be cool to do this with Vex for one, because he's got the knowledge on it, whereas I don't have the knowledge on it. And so which will be good for you guys because you got questions, he's got answers, right? So yeah,
I
if
tried to
you
be
if you like
knowledgeable.
this,
Few comments we missed. Rogue asked, "What part of Indiana?" So I'm in Richmond, Indiana, right Middle Eastern there, right off of 70, where that Shelton's is. And then they ask about the meetup. So yeah, July 18th, we're going to be meeting at the Richmond Sheltons, and basically just kind of going on a shopping trip throughout Indiana. There's a couple stores here in Richmond. There's a couple more in Liberty that's close by, and then West Harrison, about an hour, just over about an hour south. We'll be going there, and then
Queens.
Queen City, which isn't too. Yeah, I think it's just another few minutes, down the road from there. I'm sure there'll be some food in there and just meeting up with some people. And
Yep.
then some answers to you asking if they like the format. Thomas said, "Yes, sir. This is cool." Brent said, "Yes, I like it. Got a lot of info." Rogue also said, "Yes, this is fun." Well, I appreciate you guys.
Yep, I'm enjoying it. So it's really cool. I don't know what okay, somebody explain to me, what are these little ruby diamond looking things at the top? Says I got 5 of them. I don't know what those are. I'm still learning this
Um,
Facebook or YouTube thing.
so I don't see that. So
Oh, well, it's
that
probably
is on
I'm
your
gonna
end. Yeah.
see it. Yeah, I'll be the one that sees it because it's my channel.
Yeah,
So
it's your live. Okay.
yeah, because see, I can tell how many people's in there, how many thumbs up, and then if anybody has donated money, and now we've got 10 of these little diamond things. So I don't know what those are. So
Brent says
um,
it's a new YouTube thing. Maybe it's like almost like getting a like or you get a gem or who knows.
I don't know.
Alex
I'll look
says
into it.
30 minutes from Planet Fireworks, the store I mentioned earlier. They have another store in ooh, Can ooh, Canutillo, Texas, called Diablo Fireworks. Both stores have crazy stuff for really
Video.
cheap.
Hmm. Contilio. Anyway. 30 minutes from Planet Firework. What happened here? Sorry, guys. You
With
there?
anything there, guys.
Okay, there you are. I don't know if it froze up or what happened, but anyway, we're
Yeah,
back.
sorry, I was getting a call there. I do apologize.
No, yeah, it's fine. I couldn't get my screen to move, but everything's working good now, guys. So, one more
Mm-hmm.
thing I wanted to announce. So I have started something new on my channel. If you've noticed, if you've been watching the videos, there is a join button now. Uh, Something I'm trying. It's not anything you have to do. Okay, so I don't want to make it look like I'm begging for money or anything like that, but it's just something YouTube had suggestions, so I thought I would try it. If you want to join, there's a membership, basically where you'll get certain perks. It's not a whole lot. It's like $3 or $4 if you want to join. And basically, what it does is help. It supports the channel, helps me buy fireworks. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just throwing it out there once in a while. If anybody feels led to do that, that's great. If not, that's fine. No big deal. You're going to get a bunch of content, okay? Because I'm just going to keep making videos. Basically, it's just to help the channel, and you get a few small perks. You're not really going to miss out on anything by not subscribing to it, okay? So just want to throw that out there, but it's there if you want to, and if you don't want to, just keep watching the channel and hitting the like button. That's the best thing you guys can do. But wanted to throw it out there for anybody that wants to check it out. It's there. So enough on that. Did I miss
Thomas
anything?
says hello.
What's up, Thomas? Thanks for tuning in, man. So yeah, we're bouncing all over the place. We go from 10 to 15 to 20 to back to 10. So I think we're
Mhm.
getting a lot of different people kind of coming in and out, seeing what's going on. And there's probably people that are strolling past it and not interested in fireworks, and that's fine too. But so these are
They're
cool
saying
crackers.
Vex didn't show fireworks.
Yeah,
They hate
what's
it.
up, Vex? Show us something, man. I'm not showing a
Um,
whole lot, guys, but I had these sitting here, so I was like, I didn't know what I didn't want to bring out a big tub of stuff, so I just put a few things out.
just got
But
these bad boys like a little over a week ago. So American Wholesale Fireworks, their in-house brand, Heavyweight, their version of the adult snaps, and I mean these were pretty good. They definitely have titanium in them. So there was a nice little snap. They were
what's
pretty
the
loud.
brand
I'll
on
show you
those? What
one of
was the
the
name
under ones.
brand?
What's that?
What's the name brand?
Heavyweight. Heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
So that's
Bring
American
a,
Wholesale Fireworks.
oh, I see it.
That's their in-house brand.
What's up, ZWWZ from Maine? Thanks for tuning in, man. Yeah, we're collaborating, trying to do something different. Robert Schmidt, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Hey, Robert.
We're just hanging out, talking about our upcoming trip to Richmond, Indiana. Well, starting in Richmond, meeting at the Sheltons at 9 a.m. Friday, July 18th. Anybody wants to go? That'd be great. Come hang out with us.
A little sneak peek for a video coming up. Another new item is white hot ground blooms. Really excited to get these in. Little brick of these, the big ones. Excited about those.
Boomers right there.
And then the brick is falling apart, but this Venom brand jumbo ground blooms. I got 2 bricks of these.
Boomers again.
Yep. And
Those are good.
then
I think I've had one single one of those.
I will make sure I got a pack or 2 or more waiting for you when you get down there. And I've never heard of this brand, but Jumbo. They say ground
Yeah,
bloom flower with report.
those are
So
those are good. Those are older, but yeah, they're really good. I've had some of
another
those.
brick of those.
I've had a few packs. Those are definitely got some bang to them.
See, I'm trying to find. I got an item. I wanted to show it to you if I can get it out of this box here. You gotta bear with me.
These bigger. These are really
guys
good,
right
guys.
here.
What you got?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, these are good.
I don't know how well they're gonna show on here. So on the American Wholesale Fireworks website by Black Scorpion, these Burning Mans, you would think Roman candles is actually like a handheld fountain. So you hold
Like
this in
a
your hand and there's a
no,
huge spark basically that shoots out of it. And it's, I mean, you get a couple feet off of them at least. I should have a demo soon, but I picked up a few packs of these. They were so cool, and these were super cheap. It was, oh man, it had to be less than $3, maybe even less per a pack.
is that like
I
a
mean, well
California
worth it.
candle? That like a
Huh?
California candle kind of looks like a Roman candle, but it's basically a fountain.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah,
Yeah,
by Black Scorpion / Chili brand.
they make pretty good stuff. So
They do. I enjoy their product.
they're the ones that make those hand grenades that you pull the string and it,
Ah,
then you gotta throw them. They're the same ones that make those. And yeah, I had one of those
that's
blow
right
up.
there.
Yeah, those. I had that blow up in my hand. I popped that sucker and went to throw it, and I held on to it for 1 second longer than I should have. It hurt. It didn't
These,
blow
I
my
mean, they
hand like it didn't bleed, but it hurt.
these things have a really good pop to them. So yeah,
But yeah,
that definitely didn't feel good.
there's a 2-inch cracker in there, so I mean it did not feel good at all. But
No, I wouldn't imagine that one would feel pretty good.
a reloadable
Let's see.
fountain kit. I think I've had a reloadable fountain kit. If you're talking about the video Cody B has where it's basically it looks like you've got it looks like a mortar tube, and then you put the fountain down inside of the mortar tube, and then when it's done, you can pop it out. If that's what you're talking about, I've had that, and the one I had sucked. It wasn't no fun at all. But
And what is that? A reloadable? What is it?
basically, it was like a reloadable fountain. So, basically,
Okay.
it was like half of a mortar tube is what it looked like, and then you had a little fountain that was about that big that set down inside of inside of the tube, and then you lit it and it did its fountain thing outside of the. I mean, it's just normal fountain, and then when it's done, you pop it out. And then you pick one up and you put another one in. It's really pointless. You could, I mean,
Gotcha.
basically, you could just sit it down on the ground and it's going to do the exact same thing. But yeah, when I bought it, I was like, "What is this?" And I bought it in an assortment, and I got it home and I started playing with. It. I'm like, "This is dumb. This doesn't make any like. Why would you do it? It just doesn't make any sense to do it. I mean, it's not going anywhere, right? So I don't know.
There's another one, newer item, but I couldn't resist the artwork and the name on this one. I thought it was too funny. Little fountain
From Sunwing, I
from
like Sunwing.
Sunwing. Yeah,
I
so
like
they
Sunwing
have a
stuff.
good product. I
They
mean,
got
for
good
this little
crackers.
thing that was really cheap, this thing was the deal on it looked really good.
Get the what are they called? Buffalo crackers from Sunwing. It's got like a red kind of cartoonish looking buffalo on them. The crackers are all black. You can get them at HP Fireworks, half price fireworks, where we're going to be going. And the crackers are
Mhm.
slightly bigger, just a hair bigger than a normal cracker. And dude, they're loud. They're nice crackers, very good crackers. So if you guys see
Is that
those,
the
pick them
same
up.
buff ones of the tube crackers?
Yeah, but I've got the tube crackers, and they're not very good at all.
I don't think they were. Yeah, I was to say from what I remember, they weren't as good as the others.
Yeah, they're not. They weren't. I mean, they're basic tube cracker. That's all it was. But
Mhm.
I'll have to put July 18th on my calendar. Phoenix 9. Yeah, do it, man. Come hang out with us. That'd be great. That's the whole point of this, really, because we were talking the other day on the phone, like who's coming, and I knew of a handful of people that were coming, and I'm like, well, we need to, I guess, start announcing it, and we started talking about how we could do something together, and then we figured out, oh, you can do this on YouTube. So we just figured this would be the best way to do it. Phoenix 9 says HP, Queen City, Travs, and Shelton's down there are my stomping
Yep.
ground. Well, we're going to hit most of them.
Well, hey, that's where we're gonna be, man.
Yep. Come hang out with us. So Gregor says, I have
July
some
18th,
industry news.
probably early afternoon. We're gonna be in that area. Yeah, that's the plan. Craig
It's
says, I may have some industry news for you. If you want anything pertaining to salutes, you had better stock up because starting next year, channel will no longer be producing salutes for the U.S. market.
That don't mean they won't be coming in, though. Somebody will find a way, probably, huh?
Well, I mean, as far as the pro line aspect of that, though, then I mean, I'm pretty into the industry, and I haven't heard anything about that because I mean, pro line and pro shells that should still be a thing if you're licensed to do so, which I am. It shouldn't be a problem there. That's usually where I get most of my salutes from, anyways. I mean, the price once you're certified for pro line product is cheap enough, and you get a great product out of it.
What do you, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on what he means by like salutes. Are you talking about
Hmm.
like, I
Which
mean, because
product? Yeah.
technically, like crackers and things like that, they don't really have a U.S. market for things that are overloads. So, so it kind of, I guess, would depend on what you're talking about.
Which
So,
particular?
yeah, because
Is
I mean,
there?
they bring stuff in. They it gets in here. Whoever does it, I don't know who does it, but says we make our own, can't stop us.
Mhm.
Is there a source for that salute news? Yeah, Craig, do you have a source that you would like to share on where you heard that from? I guess is what they're asking. I mean, I ain't doubting you or
Maybe it's
nothing.
more
I'm just
so that just wanting to crack down on the illegal market, which is in the in the long run
not
the
talking
smarter thing.
about
But
pro
yeah, as
line,
far as
talking about the
pro
oil
line
can.
and pro items, I mean, there's no slowing down that market. I can
He
say that.
said talking about oil
Okay, not
cans
talking
and
about
no
pro
salutes
line. Yeah,
added
yeah,
to one
that would
line.
make sense. I think that's something that's probably been in effect and will continue to be in effect. Something they're always going to try to do for sure.
Yeah, they're probably gonna. I mean, they'll probably crack down on it, but I don't know. That's not really my wheelhouse anyway, too much. So, I mean,
No,
I
no, I
do.
mean, I'm on the pro side of it for sure because
Yeah.
of the shows and I mean the ordering and I order a lot of Pro line. Any of you that have seen the channel do that? I mean, that's another thing that was in the box was the miracle cans that go with our flags. Which hey, you should check these out. So most Pro line shells are pretty boring. Check out the that's a pretty sweet looking wrap on the miracle ones. Open these up. I thought they were pretty cool. It's usually a pretty boring wrap, and I thought the miracle they actually put some thought into it. It's a lighter wrap, and I just thought it looked quite beautiful.
Are those the? Oh, those are the sawed offs.
No, no. So
Am I?
these are Miracle Pro
I was looking
Line
at something. Oh,
canisters.
okay. Oh, okay. I see. No, I was looking
Yeah,
at
yeah.
something else. I'm
So
sorry.
yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of
Miracle Pro
glanced too
Line.
late.
I did. They just got these in. These are the 5-inch. Was that the long comet tail up to brakes, and then I got one other 6-pack. The No, so I got mine to break on both. Oh yeah, sorry, mine to breaks on these, and then Comet to break on these. So I got some mines and tails. But yeah, I wanted to pick up something. Miracle is quickly becoming one of my more favorite brands when it comes to a lot of things, and wanted to try out some of their Pro line product. Unfortunately, American Wholesale was pretty limited as far as my budget when I was shopping, but I was able to get a hold of a couple of those packs, and I want to try those out.
Yeah, Miracle brand is really impressing me right now.
I'm telling
Those
you,
you
it's
guys
it's
seen the
been a thing for me
flyers?
for the last year. I've really enjoyed not only the product, but man, their artwork over the last like year and a half. It's hilarious. I mean, it's catchy, and then the product itself has been, I mean, fantastic. Most everything I've tried, I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Those Wonder helicopters that I did. If you hadn't seen that video, go check that video out. Those things have got 3 stages, and I'm telling you, those things they flew so high that the crackle, even at it was almost dark, you couldn't see the crackle. They flew so high that you could barely tell that
Hmm.
it crackled. I mean, those things. I mean, I have never seen a flyer go that high ever. So go watch that video if you haven't seen it. I've got a bunch of those supposed to be coming to me soon. So I don't have any more at the moment, but get them. I'm telling you, if you come across them, they're called Wonder Helicopter. Just buy them. You will not be disappointed. And I just did some marvelous Roman candles. They're called Marvelous from Miracle. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But they were a
Now,
crackle candle. Those were great.
keep in mind, there, Light of the World, that a huge store that carries a whole lot of Miracle is one of the ones we're going to also on that trip, which is Better Fireworks. They have
Yeah.
a huge Miracle selection. So
Well, I'm on the novelty side of it, but yeah, they're making, like you said, they're making good products all around, and then the artwork looks really
yeah,
cool.
well, and that's what I
So
meant. You were talking about those flyers and whatnot. If I haven't gotten any by then,
yeah.
I'll try to pick them up there. Yeah, I mean, they've got a great product. They do. And Britt said, I missed them. You missed seeing them, or you missed getting some? Which, if you need me to show them again, or did you miss buying
Yeah,
some? Is
I
that
think
what you
he's
meant?
saying he didn't get to see him.
Oh yeah, I can show them again. Yep, no problem, man. So
Craig.
there's your basic box for your 6-pack, right? You just your white box of says Miracle 5-inch canister shells, long comet tail ups, and then the artwork on these. Yeah, yeah, I got you, buddy. Look at, I mean, these things are. I'll take one out and show you as well, but this is what your 6-pack looks like. I just thought these things. I just thought they looked cool. You know, the raccoon ones have like just that basic yellow wrap on it. I just didn't think they looked the greatest. Other ones, I just thought the tint on these, the lighter brown that they do. I'll give you kind of a close up there. Whoop, let's zoom. There you go. I just thought they looked clean and they looked really nice. Oops, sorry. I know my phone's trying to auto adjust there.
Yeah,
I
mine
hope
does
it's
that a
giving you
lot.
a good view.
Anytime I
Yeah.
put my hand in the screen, it focuses on my
Oh,
fingers
that might
instead.
be it.
I
Maybe
don't know
if
why it
yeah.
does that.
I think my lighting, where I'm sitting in the lighting too, might be messing with it. But yeah, that's them, dude. The videos look great. I missed out on the Nishikis. I had them in the cart, and we were ordering on whatever day it was ordering. We were ordering on. They sold out the night before. I was so disappointed.
Vex, did you
What you
still
got there?
want these? Well, I
Is
picked
that for
one
me?
up for you last time, and we need to know if you still want them. I'll bring them with me. We'll work out a trade on them
Oh yeah, yeah.
or something for them.
Oh yeah, of course.
So the box says anybody that hadn't seen them, these are parachutes. But what's different about, and I've never shot one. What's different about them is they have firecrackers. So when they go up, do their thing, parachute opens, they come down, firecrackers go off. I've actually been told if you're going
Oh,
to shoot them during the daytime because the firecrackers go crazy and you can't see them coming at you. So shoot them
okay.
in the daytime. But it says UN on the back, but it's not. They have paper fused, and if you open
No,
them, they say
that's got to be a DOT.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
DOT. But
Oh yeah, we'll work out it. We'll work out a trade for that. And like I said, bring your. I'll trade you a couple packs of these for a couple packs of those red apple ones you got on the adult snaps as well.
yeah, yep, that'll work. Yeah, and these red apple, these are great, guys. These are absolutely wonderful. Loud. These are some of the loudest I've ever heard on these.
See, yeah, and I thought when I opened the box of these and snapped them out, Andrew from Pyros, he was there, and even he was like, "Wow." I was like, "Yeah," because yeah, he was the one who picked him up for me. He hadn't tried his out yet, and I just immediately pulled out a box. And I was like, "That's impressive." I assume, or at least I hope, most of those adult snaps are heading that way. That they're going to be just that little bit better. But I
Yeah.
was thoroughly impressed with the heavyweight version as well. Brent said, "Do they break hard?" I mean, I haven't tried them personally yet. Like I said, I just got those in. I haven't even done the stash update video on them, but from the videos, they look like bangers. I mean, they're a 5-inch Proline shell. They're a good quality product, and Miracle themselves makes a good quality product. So I can't wait. I have a rack that I'm building. I'm going to finish building hopefully tomorrow. That I'm going to be putting those in. I'll be setting those up on the 28th for my personal show.
Cool.
Oh, that's a good little ride. I remember those.
Yeah, these are great. These
Those
are
super
great.
whistlings.
They got a great pop to them. But
I
so
still got almost a whole case of those things sitting here, man. Those are great
oh,
little rockets.
well, I need to come to your house and steal some from you then.
That can be part of the trade if you need a couple packs, man. I got you. I got a big old box of them over here. Yeah, I ordered. So
I
last
bought some
year
more, but
when RKM got those in, I ordered 2 cases worth. And then they ran out, and then I was told they were going to get them back in this year, and they didn't. And I've only seen them a couple of other places. I know DFC had them, and I can't remember the other place I saw that had them, but they didn't. The other place didn't have them in stock for long. I know DFC still has them. Brent, if you meet up with this man, I got a pack for you. Don't worry about it. Rogue says those Pyro Hero are hard to find in my area. DFC is the only place that seems to have them. Yeah, so RKM had them before DFC did, as far as I know, at least. Because I mean, if you remember Light of the World, I was showing those to you last.
yeah,
I mean, before the 4th last year is when I got a hold of those,
yeah.
and they've blown up. I know DFC's selling them now. I know they got them in this year, but yeah, RKM had them last year, but then I haven't seen them since. So I'm glad I got the 2 cases I got when I did.
Fireworks Superstore in Hannibal, Missouri has. Story was that they had 4 cases. I know somebody's bought a case of them, and then they've still got some on their shelves. So you're going to get them way cheaper at the Superstore. So if you can make that drive, they have them there. But I guess you got to factor in your gas money on that one because they're $4, and I know that Direct from China has them. I think for
cheap.
8 or 12.
I think they are $7.99. Yep.
So.
And do you know what we got those for when we got them originally?
Couple bucks, wasn't it?
Less than $2 a pack, buddy.
Yeah.
Less than $2 a pack last year. Yep.
Yeah, but still, I mean, if $4 is better than $8,
No, I mean that's 12 rockets, and they have a whistle and a pop at the end. They are fantastic. gladly pay $4 for that. I mean,
And it's
honestly,
not just a
if I
pop; it's
didn't know what they were,
it's
I would
nice.
pay the $7.99 just because they're a great item. Brent asked if you could hold the rockets up again so he could look at them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
I
take them out if
agree.
you
I agree,
want.
Rogue. They're great. They're great rockets. Yeah, they're by Hero Power. They're called Super Whistling Rockets.
There's
They come
the
in a 12-pack.
and so this plastic part up here, there's nothing in there.
They
You pull it off, it looks just like a regular, like a
yes, yeah.
rocket, basically. That's just all filler. This plastic, there ain't nothing in there. But so
But
yeah, they
there's,
have
I
a
mean, there's a
nice
lot of
whistle.
there's a lot of whistle and boom packed into those little things. So you would be pleasant if you would see a 12-pack like that, and right off the bat, I would think, well, they're not very good. They have to pack so many in there. It's quite
Yeah, but
quite different. It's quite the
yeah,
opposite. They're
they're
a good
definitely got a
item
boom.
packed inside there.
You won't be disappointed with the boom. I mean, don't expect like a huge salute or anything, but it's definitely loud. Okay, so one of my favorite rockets is the Night Stalker, that not with the crackle, but with the actual bang. And these are 2 or 3 times louder than those. So you're
And
not going to be
I don't
disappointed
know
in it.
how far back it would be. I do have a demo of them on the channel. I don't know how far back it would be. It'd be August of last year. You can check them out. I should have a demo of them. So, but they're a great little.
Yeah.
When we were at the gathering of the Pyros last year, I took up a lot of whistle rockets, and that's what I was shooting off, trying out different ones, and I pulled those out, and somebody they laughed. They're like, "What's that?" And I lit them off, and they're like, "Oh." Like he's like, I eat my words, he was surprised. I was like, man, it's a good little rocket, man.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed in them at all. I
No,
mean, for
it's a
what they
great
are and
piece.
for what you pay for them, you'll be like, you get 12 rockets for $4 with that nice of a whistle and boom. Yeah, I mean these things are screamers too. I mean they freaking rip
They've
through
got
the
a
air.
nice little howl to them as they go up.
So tomorrow I'll have you checked out. Tom W. Okay, that's a different conversation, I think. So
Oh, okay. So for anyone
well,
who it could be new, I just want to say once again, July 18th, Richmond, Indiana, Shelton's. Contact me or Light of the World. If you need any information that you didn't get here, but yeah, we'll be meeting at the Richmond, Indiana, Shelton's about 9 a.m. and making our trip. Brent, looking forward to see you there. So I guess Brent may be coming. Uh, Mid South Boomers are going to be there. Light of the World's going to be there. Vex Pyro is going to be there. Silver Stag Pyro most likely will be there. And then whoever else would like to join is, more than
yeah.
welcome.
So
Craig
yeah, I mean,
says, my favorite were the Extreme Scream triple stage rockets from Pyro Predator, if you can find them anymore.
yeah, I've
Have
never
not
heard of
tried
those.
those.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
I
So
mean, I've had a couple items from Pyro Predator, and I was impressed with them, so I will keep an
oh
eye
yeah,
out.
Pyro Predator makes some pretty good stuff. They make some pretty good stuff. A lot of some of their older stuff that's not made anymore. What are they called? Thunder Rockets, or what were they called? Hang on a sec, I'll have to get them. They're over here.
They don't make them anymore. Yeah, I would. Hopefully, I can
Thunderbolt.
find one of my fellow collectors maybe and get a pack off them. I'd love to at least try them.
I got these from Pyro Predator. These aren't made anymore.
Thunderbolt. Okay.
Yeah, they're big bottle rocket, but I don't know if that helps, but anyway. So
GW says that sounds like more fun than PGI come to meet up. I mean, PGI and NFA and them, they also have their perks. I mean, that's also a huge meeting place, but this is just, it's something a little different. It's outside of that gigantic meetup, big event like that.
yeah,
This is just us getting together and just doing a little shopping trip. So it's not necessarily going to check out, some big company's new thing, as much as us just getting to hang out, meet some members of the community, which I think is one of the biggest points for us, and just go on a
yeah.
shopping trip,
You get
because
to
who
see
doesn't love to
some
go buy fireworks? That's
you
why
get
we're
to
all
see
here.
some new store. Well, I mean, for Vex, not so much new stores, but like for anybody that's coming to meet up, that's some new stores you might have never been to before. And for me, it's stores that I don't get to go to but once a year. So if I get to go
Queen
once a
City
week
will
here.
be a
But
new one for me. I have not got to, I've gotten a
yeah,
ton of their product, but I have not got to stop by there yet. And if we end up at Party at Trav's, that will also, now I've been to Better Fireworks, which like I said, I do believe they're owned by the same people, so I assume it's the same product. But if we go to those two, those will be new for me. But I mean, even at that, I mean, we spent, I mean, over an hour at HP Fireworks, and I'm sure I missed at least 2 or 3 good items, you know, because he's got a lot in there. And
yeah, go.
I mean, you're always going to find something you like, and I mean, people are getting new stuff every day. So every time we go to a place, you could always find something new.
So go if you guys want, go back on my channel and also Vex's channel because I know we both did demo or not demos, but walkthroughs of
Yep.
HP Fireworks, and I took some video of some of their older stuff and some of the other just random stuff in the store. So if you want to
On
see
the
what kind of
Yeah,
product, go
on the
back and watch
walkthrough of
those
mine,
videos.
actually, Brian Lynch from HP Fireworks, the owner, who's been to China a ton of times. He did a kind of an explanation of a lot of things inside that case. So if you're really into some older stuff, and I mean older stuff, then go check that out. And really cool stuff. I mean, he kind of did a whole walkthrough of all the cases and just kind of, you know, showed us some of the items in them and told a little bit of a story. And I mean, I loved it. I can't thank Brian enough for, you know, taking the time out of his day to even talk us through all that.
Yeah, and I think he was excited that we were all there because he told us to call him before we got there. And I think he thought it was pretty cool that we were all there. And I was having a good time just because if you remember, Vex, I was down, I was sitting on that concrete floor digging through ground
On
balloons and I was
looking through the ground
pulling,
blooms.
I found DOT ground blooms in there and off like brands like Lightning Bolt that's not been made anymore. I was
I
pulling
remember.
everything
I
out of
remember.
there, man. I was having a blast doing that. And everybody else was walking around doing their thing. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm digging. This is what you do on trips. You sit down and dig.
I'm doing my walkthrough and I just see him sitting on the ground digging through stuff. Brian
That's what
says,
you see
hopefully
me
this
doing.
meetup will happen next year. If so, I will be there. I mean, I think we plan on making it a yearly thing. Now, whether, you know, we may change locations throughout that, but I think it's going to be a yearly deal for us. Phoenix
Yeah.
says there's another one across the street. I think maybe a Phantom, but haven't been to them. Where are you talking, sir?
Yeah, I don't know of a Phantom in that. I mean, I'm not in that area, so
In
I don't know
that
if y'all
area,
know.
I mean, not West Harrison that I know of, at least. I know the 4 stores that are there, which is Wholesale Fireworks Outlet, HP Fireworks, Better Fireworks, and Shelton's. Brent says they do have
Across
some
from
vintage
Trav.
stuff. Yeah, and Brian, and like I said, he's got some great stuff in those cases. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a trip not only to check out the store. They carry those navigation marks that Light of the World likes
Yeah,
so much. Really cool
those are
little
great.
items. They carry that hammer and anvil product we were talking about. So if you don't get a chance to make it all the way to Queen City, but you can make it to HP, they carry the hammer and anvil product. Uh, Bashad said, "Did you announce if you were stopping at the other stores? Shelton and Covington is much closer to me. I would have to look to where Covington is. I know we're planning on hitting West Harrison, which has a Shelton's. I will look into Covington though. Not sure how far that is from where we're going. Oh,
Yeah,
across
because
from
we kind of
Trav's. Okay, so if we go to Party at Trav's, which is a little south from West Harrison, then we would then there's a Phantom in that area. I see what you're saying now.
okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
I don't.
haven't been to Party at Trav's yet, but I do have a gift certificate for there that I won at last year's Gathering of the Pyros, the Ohio big meetup event that we did last year. I won a gift certificate when we won the best fireball competition.
Yeah, and keep
So
in
I
mind,
need to
guys,
use that.
we're gonna be doing this all in one day. So it might be one of those things when we get there and whoever is there, if you guys know of some stores that maybe we haven't been to that are in that area, it's just gonna have to be one of those calls we make because you've only got so much time to get everywhere you want to get. So we'll just have to kind of play that by ear as well, too. So this is kind of a tentative outline of what we're going to be doing. So just
Hmm.
keep that in mind as well. But yeah, if you've got ideas when we get there and places are close that we don't know of that you do, then let us know and we'll figure it out as we go throughout the day. But yeah, it's going to be. I know by the end of the day last year, we started at what Vex. I got to your house about 9. We got to Shelton's by 10,
I was gonna
and
say we no,
didn't
because
get
we
back
hit
till
my
9 or
Shelton's
10.
last. Actually,
Yeah,
so we met up here, but then I think like me and you had a big trade box for each other. Me and Bro Cracker had a trade box for each other. I think you and Bro Cracker had a trade box for each other. Me and Silver had a trade box for each other. So everybody was kind of exchanging all the things that they had brought to each other and looking at them, and then like, well, we better go do some, better go do some
we better get
shopping.
moving. Yeah, but
Yeah,
we were
and
out
we
till
probably
almost
took
10
off
o'clock that
about
night, I think.
10. So we were hitting wholesale fireworks outlet the first place probably about closer to noon, because I think we stopped for breakfast. Well, we were trying to get breakfast. They didn't have it. And then we stopped at Liberty. So I think we hit Scotty at wholesale fireworks outlet about noon last year was when we got there. And that's when we really started. And then it filled up quick because we hit wholesale fireworks outlet, then half price. I think everybody got at least a bag, if not two at half price. Then Better,
I know I did.
then Shelton's, then we came back to the Richmond Shelton's. So we loaded up.
Yeah, that was the same day that they had that big. Wasn't there something went down? Wasn't it like Microsoft went down or something like that day? And the banks weren't taking cards or something. Something had went down.
I do not remember, to be honest.
But because I remember somebody, you were trying to go to the bank or something, wasn't you? It doesn't matter. But anyway, something happened
Yeah,
that day on a big scale with the banks and a lot of like credit card. It wasn't banks; it was the credit card. You tried to swipe your card and none of the machines were working. Remember?
I think,
At,
yeah, I
yeah,
vaguely
at the gas
remember that.
station.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that was
Brent.
what that
Yes,
was.
you would have seen that from the walkthrough of HP Fireworks. Brian walked us through the cases in the front of the store. And Phoenix, yeah, he's talking about. So there's Phantom and another shop over by Party at Trav's. Okay, so I'll look up and see what the other one is.
Hmm.
But I think the other shop is
Oh.
very seasonal. Oh, okay, so they may not be open because we're going to be going there, right after the season. I know
Yeah,
we've already
we'll have to.
I've talked to Scotty Borgman over at Wholesale Fireworks Outlet. He said he can be open. Shelton's is always open. The one gentleman spoke to Queen City. They said they'll be open. I'm reaching out to Vess's to see if they'll be open. Just reach out. And that's another one, is whether or not they're going to be able to be open. Usually they do. I mean, they were really good about it last year. I already told them, we'd be doing it again. I contacted them earlier this year and told them we'd be doing it again. So hopefully everybody is, and whatever places we want to stop at, we can. So.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna end this one. We're almost at an hour and 20 minutes. That went by super fast. But
Yeah.
Vex, I think probably we should do this at least one more time before the trip. Maybe twice.
Oh yeah.
We'll see. Play it by ear on that. But I'm gonna get off here. I haven't seen my wife yet today, so I better get up there. She knows what I'm doing though, but I don't want to get in
you
trouble.
better get up there.
But so what I do want you guys to do is, so once I get off of here, this will automatically begin to it'll go through whatever it does to post it. Go back and make sure you hit that like button on that video. That will help me out a tremendous amount. And also, if you're listening on here and you are not subscribed to Vex Pyro, make sure you go over there and subscribe to him. He's got a lot of
Hit that
videos
like
on there,
button.
guys.
Hit
The
that
like button, subscribe, watch his videos, leave comments, because that's the big
Thanks,
thing,
Brian.
guys, because these algorithms, guys, with YouTube, you got to have likes and you've got to have people just communicating in your
The
comments, and
comments.
it pushes the videos. So if you could do that for me and do that for Vex, we'd greatly appreciate it. But with that
I
said, guys,
appreciate
God
it very
bless,
much, for sure.
and we will see you all on the next one.
Take care, guys.